gift.
Yeah, there we go. Now the sound is on, and I'm gonna turn on push to talk as well.
Oh yeah, I gotta do that.
Let's see.
Same.
Oh god, everybody's gonna see my stuff. 1 second. I think yeah, they can still hear us. They just can't see us. All right, cool. So, welcome to the Action Sturge. We've got an amazing show for you tonight. Tonight we will have we'll be playing some Dungeon World. This is our very story-heavy campaign where we like dig into some real good character development through the lens of the award-winning tabletop game Dungeon World. Oops. Pull up my stuff here. There we go. Yeah, so, and before we get started, I do want to give a shout out to dndwow.com. They are an amazing group of people who send us dice from time to time to give away, and we love them for that. Oh, thank you, Plaster Dragon, for the host. But you can check them out at dndwow.com. If you use our code theactionsturge at checkout, you can save up to 10% off of any metal-colored dice that you might be interested in getting. And with that, oh yeah, then the other thing, yes, is that this is not a points game. So if you're looking to redeem points, you will still earn points while watching, but you will not be able to spend them. We'll do that next week when we do our dungeon crawl. All right. So, do you guys want to go around and introduce your characters? We'll start with the Deacon Smith.
Hello, I'm the Deacon Smith. I'll be playing Rook, the halfling thief. Yeah, let's see what we get into tonight.
All right, Plaster Dragon.
Hey, Plastered Dragon here, aka Brian. I am playing Tyrion, the human cleric, who's a bit of a zealot. And yeah, he's very sure that he's on the right path and that his gods are on his side and that he's doing exactly the right thing. And so let's see how that turns out.
Fork Puff.
Hey everybody, my name is Fork Puff. I also go by Maddie. I'll be playing Harrison, the human bard.
All right, Terry.
My name is Terry, and I am playing Aziz, the halfling druid.
And Bortcake.
Hi, I'm Morcake. I'm playing Horace, the human ranger, with his animal companion, Boris the bear.
All right. All right, cool. So so last time we fought some so last time we fought some experimental creatures, some unnatural fiends who were chasing down Harrison, sent by his friend Finric, the mage. We know that Argoth the Unhinged, the murderer of the Great Late Herald, is in the nearby town, and we know that Zarthus, one of the party's friends, is going to rescue his sister from Argoth. Now you guys have had some time to plan an attack. The bandits want to grab some supplies that is coming in, and Zarthus' main objective is to get his sister out of Argoth's clutches, and you guys might have your own goals there, right?
Argoth's going down.
Yep.
So So at the camp, there's been a lot of talk about sort of what's going on and what the scenario is. But let's talk about why Horus is here. Mark Cake, did you have it like a launching off point, or do we want to generate something?
Not really. I don't think of that, honestly.
Okay. So so Horus is here. So Horus has a connection to each of you. We had kind of done like the hunter class or ranger class kind of comes with some bonds, but I was hoping to get at something a little more topical to what's going on in the moment. Now Horus has some information that's very important, but and we know his relationship with Harrison, I believe. What was that again?
I can't remember what the bond was, but I think we had just we'd interacted before.
Yeah, I feel like we kind of met up on the spot, but they have met before. Maybe perhaps traveled together for a short while or something.
Okay. So let's talk about how Tyrion and Horus know each other. Horus or Tyrion, would you have ever been in the need of the service of a ranger of any type?
Oh, almost certainly. I'm sure that I either needed a guide or a tracker at some point while I was out in the wilds.
How about this? What's Horus's relationship with the Crimson Blades?
Ooh.
Well, they were of a rival gang, so not particularly well, honestly. But if they paid well, I didn't. I looked the other way.
And when you say rival gang,
Well, yes, unbeknownst to the party, I worked a little bit for Tum Tum back in the day.
Oh.
and so would you have been more familiar with the old Crimson Blades or the new Crimson Blades?
Oh, probably old ones, honestly.
Okay, so Tyrion was pretty much the second in command for a long time, so you might have some knowledge about his breakaway from them, and I think that it probably reflects good on him, to the point where you at least can assume that he is the opposite of what the new Broken Blade or new Crimson Blade stand for. What about Rook and Aziz?
Oh, I feel like
Go on.
yeah, no, that was it.
Oh, sorry. Oh, you just met. Okay, got it. So nothing. Terry, what do you think?
I like to think that I'm friends with Boris.
Yes.
That makes
Yes.
sense.
How?
I know Horace, but Boris is. I mean, I'm sure that we've run. I mean, we're both kind of wanderers and in the wilds and stuff like that. And I mean, I don't dislike Horace, but most of my conversations have been with Boris.
That's fantastic. I love that. So,
So in my book, Horace is just Boris's buddy.
right, yeah. I love that though. That's great. And then Harrison, you said you guys had traveled before together. Was there anything you wanted to embellish on that, like any specific memory perhaps that you guys share? I think you guys are kind of like friends, right? Or
I tried very hard to convince him to kind of get to like my lavish lifestyle, but he just doesn't really believe in it, and that's fine. I'm not gonna push the issue to any. But yeah, that's pretty much it that I could really think of. That'd be funny.
So there was definitely like an episode in the past where you like tried to like get him like pampered and like dressed up in like nice clothes and shit.
On the opposite spectrum of this body thing, I tried to show the minimum lifestyle to
Oh,
Harrison.
Yeah, and I was
And
like, yeah, I don't do pork.
that's too funny. All right, so at some point, during the evening, after you guys had like taken care of the fight, you guys were kind of going around talking to everybody. There's this issue of you had learned some new knowledge about Tum Tum. Am I correct in that? Am I remembering that correctly?
I remember we learned about we knew that Tum Tum was testing me in terms of what he was asking, and so we sent some information back to Dumir in the hopes that it got back to Tum Tum that we weren't betraying Dwemer.
Oh, you mean Gaspard, right?
Oh, Gaspard, yeah. So, oh no, what did we learn about Tum Tum?
I think there was the whole deal with like you tore the page out of the book and burned it, right? Knowing that Tum Tum was coming after the ritual.
Yeah, we know that Tum Tum wants to do the world-ending kind of ritual thingy.
Okay.
Oh, excuse me.
And then at some point, I'm pretty sure there's a conversation that Horus is privy to, where you guys talk about Argoth, and any question about Argoth is followed up by, oh, he's the one with the flaming blade. And then any mention of Tum Tum, I think would be of interest to Horus. Since that is Horus's ex-employer. But I don't know how to. I'm trying to figure out how to like construct that scene, or if we need to, or if we can just like kind of throw it up to see how it looks later. Like if it just kind of comes up naturally.
I think it would come up naturally, since we're basically hunting the guy down.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right. Sweet. So with that, let's jump into the plan. You guys have a plan to go into the town and take care of Argoth. I think the point we left off last time was you guys were like talking about a distraction, or maybe being a distraction, and then Zarthus was talking about how how there's a problem with there's a lot of guards, or there's a lot of like Crimson Blades in town. If you guys get captured, they won't be able, like Zarthus' crew won't be able to support you. And then everybody kind of turned towards the giant as a potential solution.
Yes, because I definitely think Argoth would not be able to resist challenging a giant for his reputation.
Yeah.
And of course, Rook now has the what is it, bloodroot poison?
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
we have the poison.
Yeah.
And we also told Zarthus' team to wait for us to make our move as well, so that we could cause as many distractions as possible. thus giving them as clear a path in as they could get.
Okay. So, so what will you do?
I think our plan was to move like we were not heading to the town, like to move like we were going past it, and then suddenly make a sharp turn and make a beeline into town, acting under the impression that Stefan was in fact watching us, so that we all of a sudden just telegraphed our move to pretty much head right into town in the hopes that if we were being watched, it would all of a sudden be like, look, we're coming right at you, and that would shift some resources, and then maybe have the giant do his thing right around the same time.
What specifically did you want the giant to do?
That's a good question.
We don't want him to just chuck rocks, because that could hit innocent people too, right? Because there's regular folks in the town. Unless we thought he could be accurate enough to just like chuck rocks at the keep. Because there's probably not innocent people there, are there, you think? Or
Well, Zarthus makes a point to say that his sister is probably in the keep.
sister's okay, so
there's at least one.
then maybe we want him to just kind of move, like to kind of draw attention to himself without putting himself too much in harm's way. Like, kind of try and draw out some soldiers.
Okay.
Maybe you could go after some livestock.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm sure that's a resource they want to keep, and it would not seem too terribly forward to arouse more than the usual suspicions.
Okay. So yeah, so he'll say, I will do this. I will do this thing for you, in the name of Harold. Zarthus is gonna make a straight for the keep with like a couple of his people, and the rest of his people are going to be heading to the where they're bringing the supplies into to try to take it.
I would suggest Rook and I accompany Zarthus,
Okay.
so we can hopefully get the drop on Argith when he hopefully comes out to challenge the giant.
Okay.
I thought we were keeping ourselves separate since we weren't sure exactly who was being watched. I mean, it's probably Harrison or I that are being watched by whoever's doing the scrying. So, oh wait, did we? And we have whatever the anti-scrying charm is, and we were going to deploy that. Like, did we? No, we don't have that yet. That's still being worked on.
Yeah, that'll take
Right?
some time. However, Harrison, what do you know about the how the scrying works, right?
Yeah, I think I also asked Fala about it.
Yeah, so I think I remember you rolled decently well on that, and you were able to ask follow. Yeah, so so you think that like this person who's scrying is probably not scrying consistently. There's probably some it's probably like a once a day kind of thing to check location, or if it's multiple times, probably not more than 2 or 3. So so there's probably not like a real time update of when you're actually moving towards the town.
All right, so if they're with Zarthus, it's probably not a big deal. and we can probably rejoin them too.
Well, I was thinking, me and Rook go with Zarthus in towards the keep, the giants towards the edge, and basically you guys are maybe at outside of town, but at the halfway point, so you can flank or
Because
assist.
we definitely want to be part of the Argus thing.
Oh yeah, I just want to make sure Rook's in prime position to put that dagger in his back.
Okay.
Because I have some magic. I have some magic that will help that battle immensely.
Okay. So so the three of you will be going with Zarthus. Harrison, what had you intended to do?
I just needed wherever the group needs me to be.
Okay. And Horace, what did you intend to do?
Well, kind of in the same boat, except, kind of whispering to Boris now instead of, talking aloud, just to show a bit of, courteous behavior. Basically, follow the group and observe a bit, honestly, whilst helping out as much as I can.
Okay. Let me check here. Oh, I think so. You have a bow and arrow, right?
That is correct.
Yeah, I think so Duncan's actually going to approach you at some point and kind of look your bow and arrow up and down, and he says he asks you if you're any good with it. And Duncan, who I don't think Horace has necessarily met before, is that young elf that's sort of attached to Tyrion's hip.
Well, I wouldn't say I'm the absolute greatest, but I haven't missed a mark yet.
He says he sort of flashes this big sword that's kind of like hanging strapped to his back. He also has a bow and arrow in his hand. He says I'm naturally a shooter, but I'm going to learn how to use this blade. However, I don't want to slow anyone down, so I'm going back to my bow and arrow today. Perhaps we could provide cover fire?
Well, that sounds splendid. And that's okay. Boris here will be our sword for today.
And
Don't you worry about that.
just almost like he just noticed Boris, he kind of like jumps back. He says, "Oh my God, does he bite?"
Not usually, honestly. Maybe I'll nibble.
He's like, "Oh," and he's going to give Boris a wide berth. Let's see. And Clive, of course. I think Clive is going to approach Harrison.
What's up, buddy?
He says, it figures I went through the effort of pulling out every disguise in my bag, and, well, now no one wants to use them.
That's alright, dude. I have a lot of outfits people don't want to borrow either.
And yeah, he kind of looks you up and down. He says, come to think of it, we are about the same size, aren't we?
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you ever want to, borrow a cravat or two, well, help yourself to my wardrobe.
Are his outfits, like, within my style, or are they, like, tacky?
They're, like, older, because I think he's, like, a little older. I think he's older than you. So they're, like an older kind of style. Definitely a little dated.
Yeah, I'll definitely be like, okay. And I'll, like, sheepishly smile, or painfully smile, and just, avert my gaze.
But to be honest, I am worried about the young lady. The bar wench that treated us well when we were here last. I think she's the sister of that Zarthus fellow.
I'm concerned too.
And he says, I'll be honest, I'm a little scared to go.
I'm always scared wherever we go. You just gotta push right through it.
And he says, yeah, so he'll nod, and then he'll say, well, as long as we're in it together. And he'll strum his lute a little bit, and he will go along with you as the others are leaving. So as you guys make your way to the town, the sun is beginning to set. Duncan is with Horus and Boris. The Rook, Tyrion, and Aziz are with Zarthus, I believe. And Harrison, who did you want to go with?
I guess me and Clive, and I mean, whoever needs me, I'll go with them. And if I'm not needed, I'll go alone, I guess.
Yeah, as you guys hit the tree line, you look back and you see Harrison like not really sure of, like who to join.
Well, Harrison could help out Horace and Duncan with protecting our new giant friend.
Sure, I can do that. I got some buffs.
Buff the giant. Buff the magic giant. Over by the tree.
I actually forgot the giant's name. I think it was like Wom or something.
I have no idea. It was always just the giant in my head.
Yeah, right. He has a name, damn it. That's alright then. Perhaps he has many names, and one of them is Wum. All right, yes. So Clive and Harrison will follow Horace and Duncan. After your last conversation with Duncan, Harrison, he's still a little quiet around you, but he is gonna give you, like, when you guys make eye contact, he'll give you like a firm nod, and maybe a hint of a smile, to express his honor in being by your side.
That's very endearing.
And as sun is setting, you guys get to the edge of the tree line. The bandits are moving with Harrison and that whole company. So the giant, I guess, will make a move first to kick off the distraction.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay. So Wum, as quietly as his thunderous footsteps can manage, will separate from you guys in the forest, and will make his way around to the side of the town. When you guys get to the edge of the tree line, and you're waiting for his signal, what is your plan? Just so I can get an idea in my head of how things might unfold.
Well, I was gonna go panther / lion form, so I could escort Rook quickly and quietly. And then, yeah, basically just stick with Zarthus until we get to the keep, and as Argoth comes out, Zarthus goes in, and we go after Argoth.
Okay. and then the bandits are kind of waiting at the tree line, waiting for the giant's signal to to make their move. And soon enough it comes. The giant. You hear some cries and shouts from some of the villagers and some of the Crimson Blades at the edge of the town. And you hear a chorus of cries crying out, "Giant! Giant! Giant!" And suddenly the whole town sort of shifts into a frenzy. Soldiers start mobilizing. People start running into buildings for protection, and the tower. There's a portion of soldiers that seem to come out of the tower, but there are definitely some left behind to guard it, and you can see Krauser, or maybe you can hear Krauser barking out orders as well. And light is fading, so there's still like a little bit of visual. Yeah, so there's still a little bit of visual, but it's definitely getting darker, and torchlight's going to be more important.
Krauser about to have a bad day.
So Aziz and Rook, tell me how you're navigating around these guards.
I figure just stay low and in the bushes.
Okay. So there are definitely guards posted around the tower. You could probably get about as close to it as possible. Probably like maybe like 50 feet away, probably before you would have to enter into like sort of the lit area of around the tower. And there's definitely like guards posted. They look anxious. They're kind of like looking in the direction of the giant, but they are still at their post.
Can we get an angle on them that basically their backs to us? Is that possible with any of the posted guards?
How close did the giant get?
I'm sorry?
How close did the giant get?
He's actually on the other side of the town, sort of making the scene over there. And you said, can you angle yourself to sort of sneak up on one of them?
Yes. I mean, you said they were still at their post, but they're kind of like trying to watch what's going on with the giant at the same time.
Yeah, I think it'd be a little dangerous to sneak up. So I'll go ahead and defy that danger with Dex as you creep up.
Could be both of us.
I can't remember, were you riding him, or was he, or are you just accompanying him?
I'm kind of following behind.
Yeah, I think only one roll will be necessary. And you guys can choose which to roll. Okay, so as you guys are moving across the the courtyard, essentially, trying to get a good angle on one of these soldiers. I think you'll be able to. I think you'll be able to like stay hidden, but I think now like a patrol is probably coming around, like drawn by the sound of the giant attack. So now I think there's like a patrol sort of in your space. I think if you move any further, you'll definitely be spotted. So you're kind of stuck at the moment unless you definitely want to get spotted. And they're just so I think what they'll do is they'll sort of stop you from moving at the moment, unseen. Tyrion, what were you doing while this was going on?
I want to study the guard response to the whole thing. I want to kind of try and take in big picture and do a discern realities. Try and see if there's anything unusual we're missing in the response, like any particular spots where there's an atypical reaction going on.
Okay, go ahead and roll discern realities. Okay.
Ooh, that's not a good roll.
It's dandy. It just means things will get interesting.
Yeah.
So you as you're looking around, you will notice something. You'll notice that in the sort of enclosed area of the here we go. So actually, part of the troops moving towards the pass, they've been bringing not only supplies but other equipment with them, including artillery equipment. So I think that there's probably, what are those things called? Like the big siege bows?
Ballista?
Yeah. So I think you're gonna hear Krauser shouting, and you're gonna see them begin to pull out one of the ballistas and start kind of rolling it towards the where the giant is attacking.
Oh dear.
Maybe a couple of them too. Maybe like 3 of them.
And I have no way to get word to anyone of this. Dang it.
Horace and Harrison on the other side. On the other side of the village, closer to where the giant is, you're gonna hear the guards like giant. You're gonna see them sort of rushing to where the giant is. They're not gonna get too close, but they'll sort of take up they'll sort of assemble a perimeter of blades and whatnot, sort of at the edge of the village. Now their attention is off the supply shack for the moment, and so the bandits are going to start to creep in to get to the building where the supplies are. What are you guys doing?
Would I be able to see anyone? I wouldn't be able to see one of the people with the ballista, correct?
I don't think so. Not from where you are right now.
Can I cast a spell to try and mess with Krauser? In the hopes of getting him to shout something that might draw their attention?
Draw the attention of the...
Draw, like, Horace and Harrison and Clive's attention, possibly? Get him to shout some things that might be just out of the ordinary and just very attention-getting, like, hey, what the hell, kind of stuff.
Okay, yeah.
Because I have a spell that apparently doesn't seem to have a range listed for it. I can cast Hold Person on someone that I can see.
Okay.
And until I cast a spell or leave their presence, they cannot act except to speak. And so I'm hoping maybe he will get stressed out and upset enough by the fact that he's suddenly paralyzed that the people will stop moving the ballista and go and help him.
Okay. Go ahead
So
and
let's see.
cast your
Let's
spell.
see if I can successfully cast a spell. Ooh, a
Partial
9.
success.
A partial success. All right. Let's see. I'm going to draw unwelcome attention or put myself in a spot for this.
Okay. And so
But he is currently held.
Okay. And so he just can't move. He can only speak. So
Yep.
yeah. So that's going to happen. He's definitely going to shout out and I think he's going to start shouting, and he's going to but instead of shouting like hey, what the fuck, like he's going to draw attention to you essentially, and he's going to say someone is casting a spell. I can't move. God damn it! And he's going to shout out to his men. He says, search the perimeter, fan out, find out whoever's casting that spell. And you're going to see the guards begin to move. That patrol over near Aziz and Rook is going to hear that, and they're going to start turn, and they're actually going to start actively looking for anybody over there. However, this will sort of as they fan out, they do leave their post. So some posts have freed up. There's a little bit more accessibility to the tower. However, like I said, they're actually moving towards you. Horace and Harrison, you're going to hear this this command being given out. What are you guys doing over there?
Or the giant, right?
Yeah, the giant is not with you, but closer to you. You can probably see him, and you can see that the soldiers are sort of forming up, trying to figure out like what to do if the giant gets violent. Yeah.
So would it be in my best interest to like buff somebody like him or like buff somebody else?
Well, at this point, you guys aren't really in any danger just yet. If you like, you're not quite sure if they're going to attack the giant or not. They're kind of just in this they're kind of just moving towards him. If you'd like to maybe discern realities to get a better idea of like what exactly is going on.
Should I roll for the discern realities too, or just Harrison?
You can as well if you like. Okay. So Harrison,
No. I discern nothing. I just go, play the lute, the bongos,
So Harrison, what's gonna happen is like while you're trying to like get an idea of like what's going on, you sort of like are to get like a better view of the giant. You're going to sort of separate from the rest of the bandits and Horus, and by the time you realize that you've like strayed too far away, you can already hear the clinking of armor stepping like fanning out from the tower to search for whoever they're searching for. I think one of them is going to see you and kind of call out and say, "You there!" But before we resolve that, let's jump to the other discern realities. With Horus, you have 2 questions to ask, correct? Or 3 questions? 3 questions.
3 questions, yes. What here is not what it appears to be.
Okay. So looking over the situation, I think you're gonna notice that you're kind of in the back, so I don't know how you would notice this. No, well, I'll tell you. Yeah, well, I'll tell you what. So one of the so you're gonna hear, um, Duncan. Oh, how would you know this? Because you're not close enough. But maybe, yeah, yeah. So I think somebody's going to either whisper back or call back that the supply shed is empty.
Oh.
What?
Uh-oh. In that case, I would like to ask what is about to happen.
Yeah, you think that, like, once you hear that, like, the thing that goes off in your mind, being a hunter and all, is, oh god, this is a trap. So you think that an ambush has been prepared.
I don't know what to ask for the third question, honestly. Mm, I guess.
Oh, go ahead.
What is useful or valuable, maybe?
Yeah, I was thinking that too, honestly. Yeah, let's go for that. What is useful or valuable to me?
Okay, so, scanning the battlefield, I think you're going to, um, so scanning the battlefield, you're going to see, some. Now, I'm not exactly sure how this would be stored, so so maybe you'll have to help me out with the details a little bit. But basically, you're going to see a place where there is some like stored like explosive material, like some stored boom boom powder. And I don't quite know how that would be stored, but probably like locked in a shed of some sort. But I think that like as you're scanning, you're gonna be like, oh, okay, that's where they're keeping the boom boom powder.
Okay, I'm going to scream like at the top of my lungs. I will reveal my position.
Okay.
The stars is a trap. Get out!
Okay. And all right. And as you say that, some other shit's gonna start happening. You're gonna start hearing some cries as the people closest to the shack are now fighting with guards who are concealed in the shack. The giant is still doing its thing, and there's still some crimson blades advancing on him, but it seems like they're waiting for the ballista. Harrison, you've been called out by one of these guards that is fanning out from the tower, and as he approaches, he says, "You there? What are you doing? Get inside."
Salute you, soldier, and I go inside.
Okay.
Wherever that is.
All right. So actually, the nearest house would probably be Milton's house.
Hey, yo, Milton, I'm just step in.
Yeah, Milton will open his door and he'll usher you inside. And as he does, he kind of is a little bewildered to see you, and closes the door behind him. Rook, Tyrion, and Aziz, or I guess Rook and Aziz. What's going on with you guys? The patrol is fanning outwards. They haven't seen you, but they will be soon upon your position. There's two guys right, or two Crimson Blades right then and there, and then there's another one sort of a small distance away, probably like, I don't know, 20 feet or so.
I'm gonna take cover and hide behind a tree or something.
Well, where you're at right now, you're concealed, but to move across the field would probably be a little dangerous, I think. So you'll have to defy that danger.
Maybe I will jiggle a bush and try to lure him to me.
Okay, so as you jiggle the bush, or make
What was that?
make some presence known, the two guards will move towards the bush suspiciously. They're definitely on alert, so they're not defenseless. And as they creep closer, what do you guys do?
Do I see the guards that are over near them as well?
Yeah, if you were keeping track of their position, you could probably see. You're just about what 40, 50 feet away, I think.
So I could always drop my spell on Krauser and kind of go running across, basically reveal myself and be another. We can like kind of play Scooby Doo distractions here and get them to turn away from get them to turn away from them and basically get them to chase me a little bit.
Well, I don't know if would you have to drop your spell?
I don't have to drop my spell. But it says until I cast a spell or leave their presence, because it's a sight thing. I would imagine if I took my focus off of
Oh,
it.
gotcha. Okay.
So I could just drop it and.
Okay. So you're going to run over there to
Like,
sort of cause a distraction.
yeah.
All right. So as you make your way over there, you Aziz and Rook, you guys can hear the clink 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 of a Tyrion. Zarthus, who was standing next to you, Tyrion's, is just like, yes, this is our move, and he's going to follow alongside of you. And he's actually just going to run right at one of the dudes with his blade and attack him. While he's doing that, what are the rest of you doing?
I was gonna spend like as soon as they look away from where we're at,
Uh-huh.
I was gonna spend a hold to do the good old lion takedown by the throat.
Okay. So there's two of them there. There's another one who is like 20 feet away, whose attention has been gotten, and he's actually on his way over. So Zarthus is fighting the one dude. One dude is just like, what the fuck just happened? And then this other dude is on his way over.
I will take the guy that Terry's not attacking.
Okay.
So I come up from behind and.
Well, if you spend a hold disease, you can perform your takedown thing.
And if any of the three are still standing after all of that, I'll throw some magic missiles.
Oh, look at you.
Oh.
You just get a mouthful of armor. And but you do some damage, and I'll even say you put him in a quite a predicament as well. Maybe perhaps a bit of a defenseless position. I'm sorry, Tyrion. What'd you say you were gonna do?
I said if any of after Zarthus, Rook, and Aziz have finished doing what they're doing, if any of these guys are still standing, I'll throw a couple magic missiles as I'm running across.
Okay. And then Rook, what'd you say you were gonna do?
A simultaneous attack behind.
Attack who? The dude with Zarthus on him, or the dude with the panther on him?
The panther on him.
Okay. And he is
The other dude with the panther.
Are there two
You said there was two, right?
well, there's a dude with a panther
two
on
panthers,
him.
but two dudes.
Yeah. There's a dude fighting Zarthus. There's a dude. There's a dude who's Aziz is fighting. Aziz is the panther right now, and there's another dude who's running over. He's like 20 feet away.
And the other guy is with the one the panther's on.
Okay. Yeah, and I would actually count him as defenseless since he's like grappling with Aziz right now.
Wait. Actually, since he's defenseless, I'm gonna backstab.
Okay.
Alright, so I deal my damage,
Okay.
and I have the cheap shot, so that's gonna be 2d6 plus my damage.
Okay. All right. Yeah, and so while the panther is grappling him, you come up and basically just finish him off. However you would like to do that.
Yeah, I come up from behind and just cover his mouth and cut his throat.
Okay.
Takedown.
All right. Yeah. So he's gonna die. Zarthus is still fighting his dude, and the other guy is on his way over. Tyrion, did you want to do your thing on the guy who's running over, or did you want to help Zarthus?
I'll help Zarthus.
Okay.
The guy running over is a future problem.
Okay.
Oh
Ooh,
yeah.
very nice. Yeah, roll that magic missile.
Those missiles are definitely magic in his face. Six points of magic damage.
Yeah, you blast the shit out of him, and Zarthus kind of like looks over at you, and he's going to give a curt nod, and a bit of a smile, and he's going to continue running towards the tower, where they were posted.
And we heard over here Horace's shout of "It's a trap," right?
I believe so. Yeah.
Imagine we all heard it.
Yeah. And I'll say, be careful. You heard Horace.
Wait, how did you redeem a magic weapon? I turned them all off. How did it happen?
Who did what now?
Oh, I missed one. Yeah, your points will be refunded.
The bloody hammer of Oryx. I'll do the math for you, and I'll stand next to you and heal you every time you hit someone.
Now there's a true friend. You had me at math.
I honestly think it will come out to about 2 points of damage for every attack, honestly. It's basically like the average health in this game.
Yeah, right. Alright, so...
I can't quit.
So while that's going on, Horace and Harrison. Harrison, you're inside Milton's house. Horace, you're kind of in the thick of it. Some fighting has started at the where the supplies were supposed to be, and you can probably now see that that they're rolling in 3 ballistas towards where the giant is.
Pardon, Horse. Milton, my friend. And I'll place a hand on his shoulder. What in the bloody hell is going on right now?
Milton says, he flashes you a dark look, and he says, I suppose we're under attack by the giant.
No, I mean, what's really going on, minus the giant?
Well, where to begin? Our troubles are too many.
Don't start with when you were born.
And he says, my question is, what are you doing here? I thought you would...
So, we came with the giant. You want your son and daughter back, correct?
He says, what do you know of my daughter?
possibly where she could be. The giant is just a pawn in this game of chess.
He says that bastard Argoth took her.
And we're going to get her back.
He
With
said-
the giant. And I'm gonna like play like a really cool lute solo.
He's gonna look at you uncertainly. There's he's gonna look at you uncertainly, and he says I'm afraid they were expecting something like this. They were prepared.
What? Tell me everything.
All I know is that they were trying to make it look as though they were clearing out the old general store to store supplies in to draw the bandits. I tried to get word to Zarthus, but with Argoth taking my daughter and keeping me basically under house arrest, I have been unable to get any word out to him. You must go warn them, or maybe it's already too late.
It's not with these legs, and then I flash my well-muscled calves.
He looks dubious at best. He kind of you actually see his heart sink a little bit, and he says, "Well, I suppose we held out as long as we could."
All right, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go run and tell everybody.
He says, "No, you can't go out there."
Why not?
He says, "The guard just sent you in here. If you're caught defying orders, they'll kill you in the streets." Ever since the
Okay, I go run back.
Ever since the Blood Bowl, and I guess you just leave him.
No. I was. You kept talking. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt. Ever since the Blood Bowl, what?
He says Stefan's control his grip has grown tighter on us. They tolerate no disobedience any longer.
So you don't have like any sort of like sneaky wine cellar way out? I mean, this is a pretty big house.
He's going to. He says, "What exactly are your intentions? What is your plan?"
To sneak out and warn who I need to warn. Which I don't know who that is right now, but I will find.
He says,
I definitely can't stay cooped up in here.
so he'll say, yeah. I mean, he'll let you go. I mean, if you want to risk it, he'll let you go.
I mean, I couldn't see really much of a use in being bundled up in the house. I mean, as long as I'm sneaky about it, or I have invisibility, I'll just cast that on myself.
Oh, okay. Yeah, go ahead and cast that on yourself. Okay. Partial success.
Okay, I guess I will draw unwelcome attention to myself. I mean, the only person that's really there is him, but if somebody comes in, I'm not here, so...
Okay.
So it'll be like, poof, and I'm invisible, and I'll sneak out.
Okay. So you'll cast the invisibility and you'll sneak out. As you open the door, you will bump right into the guard that just told you to leave. He'll react to you sort of bumping into him. And
yeah, I'm gonna shimmy immediately to the right when he goes to like fucking reach or feel for me again.
Yeah, and he's going to say, "What the hell?" And his friend is like, he says, "Oh, it's only the wind." And then he says, "No, it's magic." And
no, it's not. And I'm gonna fucking bolt.
And he's going to he's actually going to go inside. He's going to say, "You better start telling us what you know, old man." And the door will his friend will kind of like go to the door as the other guard goes inside. And you're going to move away.
I'm gonna throw a rock at one of the fucking heads and then run.
Go ahead and roll volley.
Oh, damn, okay.
You got this.
I don't want to do damage, I just want to, like... Oh, fuck, it, like, hits Milton. Yeah, I either just miss or I fucking, like, hit, like, Milton in the fucking face and he knocks out, or... Oh, God.
Actually, the guard at the door is going to he's going to turn and he's going to catch the stone, and he's going to say, "Out here, mate. There's someone out here." And he's going to draw his blade and he's going to start jabbing the air in front of him.
No, I'm running.
So as you turn to run, you see that the porch here is actually like banistered in. There's like a railing.
I'm jumping.
And they're coming at you with their blades. They can't see you, but they're just kind of like swinging wildly at the air. Give me a defy danger. Perhaps.
Dude, with the way I've been rolling, you could have made
perhaps
me roll again.
dexterity. I'll give you a. I think being invisible should give you a bonus though, like maybe a +1.
Okay. Dude, not even a +1. I break my fucking leg. What the hell?
Oh, Harrison.
I don't even know.
Yes,
I'm gonna fucking die, like...
Yeah, one of them is going to sort of like as you go to go over the banister, one of them is going to like jab his sword, and you're gonna get cut for 3 damage. As you tumble over the banister, the one that struck you says I got him, I got the bastard, quick before it gets away. And the other guy is basically gonna like dive over the banister and like and try to grab you. But we'll resolve that in just a second. Horace, what's going on in your neck of the woods? Oh, push talk.
Have I seen the spectacle of 2 gods stabbing the air?
Milton's house is pretty close. You probably have heard some cries. There's a lot going on though, so it's kind of up to you, just depending on where you want your focus to be.
Yeah, I feel like I need to focus there. Honestly, I would assume to say Narison a little bit. That's, he's in trouble. He went that way at least before. So, but honestly, the ballistas are pretty bad for the giant. Could I do a cold shot on one of the ballista guys?
What is this? Yeah, I think so. Let me see. What's the conditions?
Defenseless or surprised. I feel like if they're like fully on like pushing the ballistas into place, like would it be too preoccupied to be considered like in a defensive position?
I'll say surprised. They'll be surprised if you.
Okay. Yeah. No. I'll run out with Boris like on the back of him, war crying my way towards them, and do a cold shot just to surprise me a little bit.
Okay.
And I will aim for one of their heads.
Okay.
Yeah, so I don't do any damage, but the person that I hit will do nothing but stand and drool for a few moments now.
Okay. Yeah. So you burst out of concealment. You and leave the bandits behind. You're gonna like throw your shot. We'll say it's at the guy at the in the because there's 3 ballistas. We'll say it's the one of the guys up at the front of the line. So, he's going to like stop and like his helmet got rattled and he's just like, oh god, and as he does that, the rest of them will start peeling off and maybe heading towards you, um, or at least maybe taking some defensive stance. I'm not quite sure how far away you are. Maybe you're too far to for them to like run up to you, but I think maybe they'll definitely start taking a defensive position, and perhaps a few of them will step forward with crossbows and start loading them.
Yeah, no, I'm like running towards them with Boris, but like if he sees crossbows, he's gonna run the fuck back. Like
Okay.
that ain't happening. He's one scared bear.
Okay. So yeah, so you'll get there, you'll like kind of screech to a halt as the first crossbow bolt looses and flies past Boris. He's going to like urge and then start peeling off away back. Give me a defy danger. With your animal. I don't know if he adds anything to it, but
I don't think so. No, wait, we're fighting humans. Actually, I think maybe he does.
okay.
Nope.
Okay.
A 7?
Okay. So so I'm gonna say as he peels off, I think maybe you're going to like he's going to sort of buck wildly, and I think you're going to you're gonna tumble off, and he's gonna continue running towards the tree line.
Boris, boy, come on! I'm like crawling after him.
And with that, let's check back in with Tyrion, Rook, and Aziz. So Zarthus is making a dash for the tower. Two of the guards have been dealt with, and the third one that was running over has now stopped running over, and he's actually calling out. He says, "Over here, intruders! Over here!"
I'm just missiling him again.
Okay.
Zapping the neck,
All right.
And anybody else that wants to try and kill him is welcome as well. I don't want to, steal anyone else's fun. But...
No, yeah, I'm pouncing.
So 9, so you get to choose your thing there.
Yeah, we'll take some. We'll take. Actually, you know what? I'm going to lose magic missile until my next commune.
Okay.
So this will be my last magic missile, and I'll have to come up with something else to do. But 4 points of damage.
Okay, so he'll get sort of blasted back a little bit, and just in time for Aziz to pounce on him.
Okay, is that the hack and slash?
Yeah, if you're not spinning the hold.
No, not yet.
Okay. Alright, so that's a 9. And what does that do? So you may choose to do damage, but expose yourself to the enemy's attack. Oh, no, sorry, that's 10. You deal your damage to the enemy, and the enemy makes an attack against you. So go ahead and deal your damage. Ooh, very nice. So you'll jump and you'll definitely kill him, but he will sort of lash out defensively as you you attack and hit you for some damage as well.
Okay, so I am going to use my move Shed.
Okay.
So I'm going to revert to my natural form to negate the damage.
Okay. And when you do, what does it look like when you come out of your panther form?
Sorry, I don't understand.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
Do you have like do you like go and like rip his throat out and then you like get back up and like when you come back up you're like you're still chewing on like a little bit of.
Oh yeah. I'm going to take this out of my.
All right. And Zarthus has disappeared into the tower, and what Rook, Tyrion, and Aziz, what are you guys doing next?
I guess I'm chasing after Zarthus.
Okay.
Or following.
Yeah, seems like we should probably tag along because he's gonna get his ass killed. And it also seems like if there was a trap set, that it was probably not set inside the tower. So if there's a place to cause mayhem inside, might be better.
Yeah.
Okay. Aziz, what are you doing?
I'm following as well.
All right, cool. So back over at Harrison, so the other guy has pounced to try to restrain you, but he can't see you still, I don't think. So what are you gonna do?
I'm a bolt.
Okay.
I guess again. I don't know if that means I need to roll Defy Danger again.
No, I think at this point he's kind of like flailing around trying to find you. You're going to see Boris running, Boris running straight towards you though.
Boy, I know his sniffer can work. I'll be like, Boris, stop! Smell me, boy.
Yeah, he just continues to run at you. His ears perk up a little bit, and he kind of looks around, and maybe he like sniffs the air a little bit, but he doesn't see you.
Oh God, use your nose! I kind of sidestep just in case he barrels through me.
Yeah, and he's going to just sort of get to you. This is after you've run away from the other guys. He's going to sort of get to you, and he's going to so like he smells you, but he's confused because he doesn't see you, and but he knows you're there.
Awesome. I'm going to very slowly place a hand on his like shoulder.
Okay.
Then I'm gonna climb up once he's comfortable.
Okay. And then,
all right, Boris, back to the tree line.
yeah, and so he'll take you back to the tree line. Well, actually, he'll take you in that direction, but you'll see that where the general store used to be, the bandits are still fighting the Crimson Blades. It looks as though the giant is sort of fending off like pockets of Crimson Blades are sort of like stepping forward with spears and like jabbing at the giant, and he's sort of swiping at them and like fending them off. He's picked up like a I'm trying to think of what could serve as a shield for this thing. A wagon, yeah. So he's picked up a wagon. He sort of has it sort of in a makeshift shield, and he's like catching their shafts.
A crimson blade.
Yeah, and so he's sort of fending them off. And they seem to be like trying to surround him, so that he doesn't really have anywhere to go.
Could I discern realities to, I guess, to see what my next move should probably be?
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't think warning anybody is going to help when everything's already going on.
Right. Wow. It's that kind of night.
We're so leveling up tonight.
That's true.
Okay, I guess I don't know what I'm going to be doing, so just move on to the next person.
Yeah, and I'll say that as you're passing by the giant, you're gonna hear him cry out in pain. As one of the shafts,
Okay.
like the soldiers from behind, one of the shafts are going to, or one of the spears are going to, actually like get one of his legs. Like he's gonna be taking some damage now.
Okay, if I may, then.
Okay.
In art. If I can.
Okay.
I don't care. 7 to 9. I'll draw. My invisibility will pop, but I will give him a. I will heal him 1d8 damage, and I'll give him 1d4 to damage.
Okay.
Heal him for 8.
Okay.
3 extra damage on his next attack.
Okay, yeah. Which he uses immediately to swing, to sort of grab the spear that the guy had and like sort of pull him towards him, and then he just like crushes him like a bug. The other soldiers sort of take that to advance, and he sort of swings back and blocks them with the wagon. That's a perfect time to go back over to where Horace is. Horace, you're going to hear a somewhat. Oh wait, I don't know if he's familiar to you, but you're going to hear someone say, "You three, go apprehend him. The rest of you, keep moving the ballistas forward." And 3 Crimson Blades are moving towards you. One of them is loading a crossbow. The other 2 have their blades drawn, and they're like advancing on you. What do you do?
I quickly look to the shed with the explosives in it.
Yes.
Does it have a window?
I don't think so. I think that's where they're stored, but I don't think there's necessarily access to shoot at, if that's what you're getting at.
Is there a door?
There's definitely a door, yeah.
Then that's the way I'm bolting, and I'm gonna fucking, just like, I'm just gonna threaten to blow it all up. Fuck it, you ain't getting me.
Okay, so you'll start making a mad dash for the where the boom boom powder is, and when you get there, you will see that it is locked. How are you gonna deal with that? Like there's like a chain around the handle.
I really feel like I have something for this. And I look to my left and I see my bear running away.
Well, actually, now your bear has Harrison on it.
Help! Please! For the love of everything!
Harrison, what do you do?
What do you need? Healing? Buffing?
I need my big bat to burst through the door!
Okay, Boris, ahead.
Boris turns uncertainly, sees the guy with the crossbow, and just refuses to move forward. What are you going to do about that, Harrison?
Boris, I will get you the biggest pot of honey I can find if you bust through that freaking door.
Is that a parlay?
Oh, yeah.
She's parlaying with Bar. He's parlaying with Bar.
Oh, yeah, he loves me, man.
Yeah, so it's like saying Scooby snack to Scooby, and
Yeah!
like his ears are gonna perk up, and he's gonna like charge towards the door. Now, what's he gonna do when he gets there, Horace? Oh, push talk.
Oh, he's just gonna absolutely burst through it. Probably me first into the door, as I'm standing there like an idiot, and just panicking. He has the one advantage of being just the biggest bear that ever was. So I think just running towards its full speed will probably break it.
Okay. Yeah. So he runs up and breaks it. He's just gonna crash right through the door. I think to get there, though, I think him and Harrison are going to have to defy some danger, though, because a crossbow bolt is going to be unleashed. So either the bear can roll it or Harrison can roll it.
I've got it.
The bear can in fact not roll it.
Oh, gotcha. So the bear charges forward. Harrison, god damn, Harrison, the universe is out to get you.
I want to cry. So badly.
You're gonna take 6 damage.
Oh. I just die on Boris now.
Yeah, are you gonna hold on?
Ouch.
Are you gonna hold on or fall off?
Nah, man, I'm holding on.
Okay. So you crash into the place. You've got a crossbow bolt sticking out of you, and and then Horace, what do you do next?
Ah, you'll be fine. And I peek out and I fire back.
Okay, would you like to volley?
I would love to volley. Yes.
Okay.
Fuck about Boris. No, yeah, horrible.
You going at the guy with the crossbow or who's your target?
Oh, the crossbow guy, definitely.
Okay, cool.
Thinks he's better than me? Thinks he's better than me?
And nice, yeah. So you'll hit him for a good one. You'll hear the plunk of your arrow hitting his armor, and
I would like to yell out after I've hit him. That's the one warning shot you get, except for the first one. Anyway, I'm going to blow all this gunpowder to bits if you don't stop coming after us.
And it's a viable threat. I don't even think that needs a parlay or anything. I think that's enough to give them pause. Let's switch back over to Tyrion, Rook, and Aziz. So you guys are in the tower. You enter the tower. The bottom floor here is kind of an open setup. There's a set of stone steps that spirals upwards. I think when you come in here, Zarthus is probably already fighting two guards, and like 2 more are coming down the stairs, and I think 3 more are across the room, but they're quickly crossing the room. I think probably down here. That's probably it's probably like almost like a mess hall sort of situation. So there's like long tables and benches and stuff, and yeah, so they're moving across the this mess hall. So what do you guys do?
I'm gonna take a shot at one of them with my.
Okay, go ahead and roll volley. And which person are you shooting? Or do you care? Do you care?
Don't really care. Probably one of the ones on him.
On Zarthus? Okay, and then Tyrion, what do you plan to do?
I'm going to cast a hold person on the front guy coming down the stairs.
Okay. And then...
That
okay.
should make things on the stairs really interesting.
Okay, and then Aziz, what do you plan to do?
I'm turning into a hippo. And
Yeah.
the 3 guys coming across the hall.
Okay. So go ahead and roll your hippo check. Tyrion, go ahead and roll your spell, and then Rook, you rolled your volley. That was a 6.
Oh. What?
I'm sorry, Rook. You were breaking up a little bit. I couldn't hear you. Uh, I'm sorry, dude. You're still breaking up.
Yeah.
Oh no, I can't hear him.
Oh.
Quick, type it into chat and tell us, and we'll relay the message.
Oh, yeah. There you go. There you
He's turned into freaking Skrillex over here.
go. So the spell is a partial success. What is your what are you gonna do?
I'll take some
Okay.
unwanted attention.
All right, cool. And then shapeshifter is a partial success, but so you get 2 hold for that.
Yes, but I'm basically just doing a hack and slash charge right. No, I'll spend a hold to charge.
Okay, yeah. So you'll charge, and what did you want to do to them?
Oh, I'm just gonna wait, hippo. Yeah, I'm just gonna barrel into him.
Okay, yeah. So it's like off camera, we'll hear like the bowling ball hitting the pins as they just go flying in like all different directions. Tables and stuff too. One of the guys will get holded. Tyrion, and which thing were you gonna choose for your partial success?
Well, the spell works, and I just get unwanted attention, right?
Oh, that's right. You said unwanted attention. Sorry.
Yes.
I had forgotten in like the 2 minutes
That's
that
fine.
we talked about it.
That happens sometimes.
It was fleeting. Okay, so yeah, so you'll get some attention. And it only works on the one person, right?
Yes, it's one person, but I figured if I pick the guy in front, he suddenly becomes paralyzed while he's running. So I figured he'll just tangle everybody up as they run into them, and then all just kind of tumble down the stairs together.
Okay, yeah. So you'll cause a scene on the stairs. It's going to impede movement down. One of the guys that is fighting Zarthus sees you casting the spell, and he's actually going to deflect off of Zarthus's blade and swing around and try to attack you, putting you in combat. Rook, your volley is going to fail. And are you using a bow and arrow? Rook? Oh, yeah, okay. So, I'm gonna say you lose an ammo. Alright, and then, so that's where that is at the moment. Harrison and Horace, you guys are in the powder shed. Harrison, you've been struck. Horace, you're making threats to these Crimson Blades who are like, oh god, like he's in the powder room. What are you guys doing now?
Yeah, Boris like broke through the door, right?
Boris, yeah.
Okay, so there's still like 2 guys then too?
Well, there's still 3 guys, but the one guy just got rattled with an arrow. He's gonna be recovering for a moment. The other 2 guys are trying to figure out what to do. I think one of them is probably going to to run off for reinforcements.
I'm gonna shoot that guy with a magic missile.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh shoot, I forgot to roll. Yeah, let me do that.
Okay.
Just do it. Yeah, I'll
Alright.
draw unwelcome attention as usual.
Okay, so you do your damage, you do 5 damage, and as you do that, let's see. As you do that, charging across, or not charging, but striding across the field, you're going to see as he gets hit with the magic missile, you're going to see somebody stepping into view, approaching the person who just got shot by the magic missile, and as he watches him go down, he sort of turns and looks to see where the magic blast came from. Now this person is in a robe. He's got a pretty sweet medallion around his neck, and he's as he looks over towards where the magic came from, you can see that it's Fenric. He says, "Ah, Harrison, there you are."
Fenric, I will dismount the bear. The bear doesn't need to get between this beef.
Kill him.
So, what exactly is your plan here, Fenric?
I just wanted to see the giant in action, and perhaps harvest some of his organs when he dies. What exactly are you doing here, Harrison?
We're here to exact vengeance for Harold and kill Argoth. And perhaps you can harvest his organs too.
And he kind of scoffs at this, and he says, human organs are not in rare supply.
Whatever this Argoth thing is, I definitely don't think it's human.
And he's going to say he's going to say well, he's going to ponder on that for a moment, and then he's going to look towards where the giant is, and he says wouldn't happen to be a friend of yours by any chance, would it?
And if it was,
Just curious. You should have headed south, Harrison. You should have gone to seek your master, our master. You shouldn't.
I don't think I'd be able to find him, even if I did have a whiff of a scent.
You shouldn't get mixed up in this.
I suppose it's already too late for that. I hear that Argoth has also taken a fair maiden from the village. How is that? How is she in any of this business either?
Argoth takes what he wants whenever he wants. That is the way it has always been, since he's been under Stefan's umbrella. Do they have umbrellas? No, they don't. Equivalent of umbrella. And he says, I was hoping I would see you again, Harrison.
And why is that?
And he says, you took from me something invaluable. I wanted to exact that exchange.
I'm waiting for him to continue.
And he says, unfortunately, now is not the time. And he's going to he's definitely making note of Horace. And I think there was one other dude. There was one other soldier there, and he says, Sir Fenric, should we take them as prisoners? And Fenric says, look at where they are, you idiot.
I would like, as the guard said it, I would like to shoot him again.
Go ahead. Roll volley.
Oh, I love that so much.
At may arcane art and aid him.
Okay. Roll your arcane art.
So I go to help and I just kill myself.
So you're going to go loose the arrow. Fenric is going to, with a quick few gestures, he's going to bind Harrison's feet and hands together. It's almost like an invisible shackles kind of, or an invisible like rope of some sort. And you're going to sort of fall over on the ground, bound. And as he does that, he does that with one hand. With the other hand, he's going to grab the arrow and fling it back at Horus. Oh shit! Hey, what's up, shared experience? How is it going? It's so good to see you. It's so good to see you. Oh man, yeah. Yeah, if anybody hasn't checked out Shared Experience, they are an awesome channel. They play some D&D, and they also have really cool little like talk shows and stuff, or conversations with people who play the game, and other streamers and all that stuff. It's a super cool time. I think they do that on Sundays. Yeah, for Puff plugged them. Awesome. It's so good to see you guys, and it's been a minute since I've seen you. Hey Luna, awesome. So he's gonna take that arrow and he's gonna fling it back at you and he's gonna do some damage.
Can I defy danger by closing the door that is kind of half broken?
Normally I would say yes, but in this case it is the direct result of your 6. So you'll take 3 damage, and then you can close the door or whatever. But yeah, he's going to eject that straight back at you, and as he does, he's going to step forward and he's going to say, "Now, why don't you come out of there, before you get someone hurt?"
Bit late for that, don't you think?
And he kind of smiles and he says, "You don't even know how much I could hurt you, old man."
I'm sorry I missed it. What happened with me?
You were bound on the ground. So you're like, so basically, like there's like some magical force that is restricted your, like tied your hands and feet together. You can still talk though. For now.
Now hold on.
Okay.
What? I know Fenric, right?
Yeah.
What could I say that would like, or could it be up to me, like what I could say that could really get under his skin? Oh no, I know. Like while Fenric's like, I'm gonna get you, Horus. I'm just gonna be like, I'm gonna say like, you'll never amount to Melvin's greatness. Except maybe not like that. It's more like, you'll never amount to Melvin's greatness. I know you're trying so hard, but you'll never succeed.
And he'll look over. He'll look back over at you, and he'll say, he'll glare at you, and he'll say, "Of course, I intend to surpass him."
And you never will be able to. He took you under his wing when you were weak. broken. He took you in as a son, and you've betrayed him. Horus, run!
And he'll come over and he'll give you a swift kick in the ribs, and he'll say, the only one who's betrayed anyone is the old man. He abandoned us, all for his silly quest.
You don't even know what he was doing. None of us did, but it doesn't mean we have to turn against him.
He says, I'm simply trying to make my way in the world.
Your way is wrong, and you know it.
Horus, what are you doing?
I scream maneuver 2, and Boros will do a false swipe, basically sorry, I can't remember the name of him. Whilst I knock the same arrow he threw back at me, and do a cold shot right in his fucking head.
Okay. Go ahead. Okay.
Oh yeah, that's a 12.
Go ahead.
So that is, I rolled my damage, and he will do nothing but stand and drool for a few moments, and I hope that will break the magical bind.
Yeah, roll your damage. Ooh, that's a lot of damage. So he's going to get hit pretty hard, and as he does, the soldier that he saved will move up to sort of grab him, and he's going to drag him. He's going to try to drag him away. Harrison, your bonds are broken, and let's check back in with Tyrion, Rook, and Aziz. So the hippo has basically cleared the three dudes. Tyrion, one dude has come over and, attracted by your spell, has lashed out against you to attack you, to engage you in combat. Zarthus is still fighting his dude, and what are you going to do?
See, he's attacking me, so... I'll just cast a spell again, and I'm gonna just... Because I've already, immobilized the guy on the stairs, which gunked up the stairs, so now I'll just cast it on him instead.
Okay.
The guy that's coming to attack me.
All right.
It's like roving paralyzation. It's like, you're paralyzed, now you're paralyzed.
Go ahead. Ooh,
All
partial
right.
success. What will you choose?
I'll keep drawing attention from other people to myself, and just
Okay.
leave my teammates free to wreak havoc, and so now he's paralyzed. He's like, oh yeah, huh?
So he's paralyzed. Sounds pretty defenseless, Rook.
And someone else is like, hey.
Rook, would you like to take advantage of that situation? Well, I don't know if he can hear me or not.
Not sure.
Oh, they all came through at one time. So go ahead and do what you're gonna do. And while you're doing that, you're drawing attention, Tyrion. I think So the stairs have been gunked up. Okay, backstab. So there's an 8, so choose one. I assume you'll deal your damage plus 1d6. Max damage, always. Oh, I think we lost him momentarily. Damage, yeah, okay. Go ahead and roll that, if you can. All right. So 5 damage, which is going to be enough to hurt him pretty bad. I think he's probably out of the game at that point, because he was
It
scrapped.
also cancels the spell on him.
Oh,
As soon as he
okay.
takes damage, but that's okay.
Yeah. Well, he's going to. I think he's probably gonna collapse. He's probably not dead, but he's definitely like out of the fight, because he got fucked up. By Starthus a little bit too, and I think let's see, Tyrion, the unwanted attention, or just attention.
Yes.
Yeah, why not? I think, because the dudes are all gunked up on the stairs, I think one of the dudes at the top of the stairs is going to run back up the stairs. And, and that's what's going to happen. What else would you guys like to do in this moment? I think Zarthus will finally get his dude. As you turn towards the stairs, you can see that probably like 4 or 5 guys have like piled up there. Now you could like maybe try to like get past them if you wanted, or if you wanted to sort of. I'm not quite sure what you guys want to do at this point. What would you like to do? Oh, Aziz. Yeah, what would you like to do, Aziz?
Can I spend my last hold to just trample up the stairs?
Yeah, absolutely. Clear the path.
Yep.
We'll just follow the hippo up the stairs.
Yeah, so it's a tight fit, but the hippo sort of shimmies up the stairs, and as you do, you'll basically clear the path upwards. When you guys get to the next landing, I think at this point you're going to it's gonna be a bit of a tight hallway. The guy who ran back up, you can see that he is just as you're coming up, Hippo. Do you turn back to Aziz, or are you still a Hippo?
I figured once I get to the landing, I'm Aziz.
Okay.
So like basically I get to that group of guys as a hippo and then get to the top of the halfling.
So as you hit the top, and it opens up into a corridor. It looks like the corridor goes across the diameter of the tower and then picks back up on another staircase on the other side. However, this corridor, which is also a tight fit, the like doors are opening, and more guardsmen are sort of like they don't have like armor and stuff on. They're sort of in their barracks, but they're sort of like peeking out to see what's going on. And like I said, they don't have their armor on or anything, but they're there. The guy who is running back up is apparently bolting down the hallway and going further up the tower.
Can I try and paralyze him before he gets too far?
Of course.
Give give him a little old person love.
Okay.
Nope. Apparently, I cannot. Look at all the XP we're getting tonight.
I know, you're mining this thing.
Woof.
So at that point, I think, I think at this point, ooh, how about this? So as you go to throw your spell at him, you're going to see him reach for for something at his chest. When he grabs it, the spell is the spell is reflected back at you, and now you are paralyzed.
Mm.
And it's at this time you notice that he is not one of the rote soldiers. He appears to be he still has some armor on, but he apparently has some like he's got kind of like a robe thing on as well. And the thing he is clutching appears to be a holy symbol of some sort. Then he disappears back up the hallway. At this point, these unarmored guards are stepping out of the rooms and filling the narrow corridor as they have like short swords and daggers and stuff, but they don't have like I said, they don't have their armor on, and they're closing in on you guys. At this point, let's check back in with Harrison and Horace. So the guard is going to drag him away, and the ballistas are now reaching the giant, and they are loading them, and you can hear Krauser calling for them to form up and whatnot. What are you guys gonna do?
Well, firstly, I would like to help Harrison get back on his feet.
Okay.
Since he was, on the ground.
Damn. How far away is Krauser?
A decent distance away from you. What do you need?
I wanted to charm him so I can get him to shut the hell up.
Okay. You can move towards him if you like.
Yeah, but he's counting down now, isn't he?
Yeah. He's calling for them to to load the ballistas and all that stuff.
How close is the giant to us?
It depends on what you want to do. I don't have an exact distance. It's just kind of like.
I would kind of like to give him an express run of explosive barrels.
Oh, okay, yeah. So that so you can definitely do that, but that's going to require some defy danger, I think, to sort of break through the line, because you'll have to like sort of run through the line of guards, right?
Yeah, I'll basically like load up Boris with barrels and just like we're getting to the giant and he's gonna throw these motherfuckers on the ballistas. It's gonna be great.
Oh my god, I'm so scared for you right now.
I mean, I'm too, and Boris is probably the most scared.
Blaze of glory. So yeah, so it'll be a defy danger to make it, to break the line essentially. Harrison, what will you do?
I guess the only thing I really can do. I guess magic missile Krauser? I mean, I think that's the only thing I really can do.
Okay. Yeah, you'll turn to Horus, and you'll see him strapping explosives to the bear and charging towards the line. And then you turn towards you run up and turn towards Krauser. All right, 3. Krauser will get hit for 3 damage. And Horus, what will you do?
I'm defying the danger. I'm trying to break the line to the giant.
Okay, and how will you defy the danger?
Well, be as fast as freaking possible and run away scared. That's probably it.
So is that a dex? Oh, Lord.
May I try again to arcane art?
I would love to be the first and second person to find this campaign.
Oh, God. So, you, so there's gonna be a massive explosion, and you're gonna be on death's door. Go ahead and roll the death move.
Are you freaking kidding?
I don't, like he's got explosives strapped to him. I don't really see any other way, that really resolves, from a 6. The benefit being that you take
Wait,
out
hang on.
take out
hang
a
on,
bunch of them as well.
Hang on, let me check something.
Okay.
I need to see whether or not I have to have. I have an advanced move called Divine Intervention,
Okay.
and it says that when myself or an ally takes damage, I can call on my ally, on my deity, to intervene with a manifestation to negate the damage. It doesn't say I need line of sight. I don't know if how you want to rule on this as to whether or not I can use it since I'm not there.
You're also like paralyzed. You're not there. You're paralyzed.
That's fair. I just thought I would throw it out there since I
Yeah.
haven't used this move yet.
I just want to say, John, however this roll goes, please spare Boris.
Oh, God.
I feel a disturbance in the force.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know if I can. Please roll well. God damn it!
Sweet Jesus.
God damn it! Why? Why?
Son of fuck. They killed Kenny.
Alright, so, from inside the tower, you guys are going to hear a large explosion. Harrison, you're kind of near it. Not too near it, I don't think, but you're going to basically see. So you'll see Horus load up the bear with explosives and then like run towards the crowd near the giant. And then very shortly after that, you're going to hear this this ba-boom.
That crazy bastard.
I think, however, Krauser and the ballistas and all the dudes that were around there have been blowed up, and so you're just gonna see this like fireball essentially, and and yeah. What do you do, Harrison?
I don't really know how to feel. I'm in absolute fucking shock. Like, is the giant okay? How's he doing? Like,
You don't see the giant either, but he could be laying down.
I'm gonna go look for the giant, I guess.
Okay. As you approach the ground zero, you're going to hear like like moans and groans, as you just walk into this utter carnage. The giant is indeed flat on his ass, and you can see Boris.
Don't.
Okay, and you can see Horace. Sort of at the center of this carnage, and they both appear to be breathing heavy, like labored breathing. They are extremely fucked up. They are not gonna make it. But they are alive for the moment.
Like, no joke. I'm about to have like a PTSD attack. I'm like, again, I'm here and I can't do anything.
The giant is flat on his ass, and isn't moving. And what do you do?
I guess I tend to their sides. I'm gonna go say like another goodbye. I will wipe away the dirt on Horace's little snout with my silk handkerchief. The one good luxury I can give them. Are they like conscious or like?
Yeah. Well, basically, actually, so Horace, you get to die whenever you like. But
Don't die.
yeah, but you'll just but you'll have to you can kind of choose when you do it, but you'll have to pass, at least by the end of the session.
What were you thinking? Why do I always have to be friends with these dumb idiots that feel like they need to sacrifice themselves? What is this? Do you think you're a hero or something?
Well, that wasn't really the plan. Backfired.
Yeah, I could really say it backfired. Fire is an understatement.
I don't have much to say, honestly.
So you want me to go back to the group and tell them I failed you? I failed another one of my team members, and like tears are welling up in his eyes.
What I want you to do is to take this journal of mine, read it when this is all done. Now I need to say sorry to Boris.
I accept the journal.
Let's switch over to Tyrion, Rook, and Aziz before yeah. So what's going on, guys?
So there's a hallway filling with guards.
Yes. Tyrion seems unable to
has
move.
Stopped mid gesture.
Yes.
Oh dear. And there was just the tower just shook with a earth-shattering kaboom.
With a big boom, yeah.
All right. I think I am gonna use my elemental mastery move and call upon some hurricane force winds to clear this hallway. Hopefully.
Nice. And it was my
Okay.
spell that was reflected back on me, correct?
Yes.
So that means I can still talk.
Yes. Oh, you're gonna call in the elements. Yes, call in the elements. Let's get interesting.
Okay. Well, I can only choose one, and I am gonna go with the effect you desire comes to pass. Which is basically clearing this hallway.
Okay. So you summon these gale force winds just whoosh down the hallway. It's gonna knock everybody like sort of on their ass or back in their room. And I think it's actually gonna blow out the side of the tower and start blowing people. Start blowing people out of the tower, out of the side of the tower. I think. As you're struggling to retain control, I think basically what's going to happen is once it sort of leaves your hands, it's just like this hallway is just filled with this wind, and it's going in one direction, and it's basically just like sort of stuck there. This wind originating from where you stand. It's just kind of now it's a wind tunnel. And I think when you look at your hands, you can see that they are. It's almost as if you've gotten struck by lightning, I think.
So like kind of burned and
Yeah.
like okay. That hurt.
Yes, and let's add a ability to that. Maybe. Maybe to dexterity, perhaps. Your hands are shaky. Just from the elemental force, that'll be nature's price. Is like you just become shaky. Whether it was just because like all of that just moved through you and it like sort of ungrounded you a little bit. But that will be nature's price.
Okay.
So the hallway is cleared. I think that if somebody wanted to try to navigate the hallway, they could, but they would have to defy an incredible amount of danger or be ejected from the building at this point. But I think it would be possible to sort of like maybe like fly down the hallway and grab on and then like pull themselves or maybe however you could think to do it. But wind tunnel is now the deal.
Well, that worked better than I planned, but not quite as good.
What will you do now?
Is there a way to free Tyrion?
Um. At the moment, yeah. So if you, so Tyrion, I'll give you a choice with an opportunity with a cost, which is if you forget the spell, the holding spell, then you can you can break free of it, but you'll have to forget it until you commune again.
That's the only option.
Yeah. Otherwise, it'll sort of end on its own at an unspecified time.
I had wanted to use that on Argus, but I guess so that we can keep moving forward, I'll forget the spell.
Okay.
By the way, is anyone in our group injured at the moment? Anyone
Kinda.
need healing? Well, you're not there. I can't help you. If I was where you were, I could have helped you, and you somehow would have survived the massive explosion, which would have been a miracle. But I guess we keep running up.
Yep.
Okay. So how will you get past the wind tunnel?
I could. I don't know. How big of an animal could I turn into in this hallway?
I'm not sure. What? Ugh. Like what animal would be helpful?
I'm just thinking something big and heavy that they can hold on to.
Okay. Like a hippo?
Well, rhinos have handles, so that would help.
Rhinos have handles. Okay. Yeah. So if you were to
There's the quote of the night.
if you were to do that, I would let you. I would either let you use a hold, maybe to get down the hallway without having to roll, or if you wanted to keep your hold, you could roll you could like try to withstand the blast, but by using like your Constitution or Strength.
I could do a defy danger, con, or strength. Sure.
Well, so
Well,
if Aziz shapeshifts, I think that would be that would help everybody else out too.
Right.
Okay.
I will just go ahead and use the hold,
Okay.
and I'll leave him.
So by sort of arranging yourselves to the rhino, you can basically sort of be blasted against the rhino, but the rhino is sort of with the bulk of his weight sort of withstands the wind. So if you spend
And I'm
yeah.
taking one forward on strength.
Okay, yeah. So if you spend the hold, you can get down there.
Yep, I will spend.
All right. Once you cross the wind tunnel, and see the next set of stairs up, there is a door up there that is shut. Heavy wooden door.
Ramming speed.
And as you charge the door, Harrison and Horace, Duncan runs up with some of the bandits. It appears that they have won their scuffle at the where the supplies were supposed to be, and Duncan will run up and say, to Harrison and say, "Oh my God, what happened? What happened? Horace, is that you?"
I'm just at a loss for words.
Duncan's like, it's like, how many people are we gonna lose in this goddamn war?
They're saying goodbye to each other. And I point to Horace and Boris.
And he says, "No, there has to be something we can do to help them. Use your magic."
Magic isn't gonna help this, Duncan. I've lived it before, and I'm not going to try again.
He's like just shaking with fear and anger and just at a complete loss of what to do. Horace, what are you doing?
I am rolling over to my side, so I'm facing Boris. Looking at him, trying to, get eye contact with him.
Yeah, Boris kind of he can't really move, but he can sort of look down at you with one functional eye, and you can see that he just looks tired.
Well, buddy, I believe that was our last journey. In this life, at least. I try and put my hand behind his ear and just, scruff it a little bit. Perhaps the next time I should listen to your instincts. They seem to be better than mine. I've always been better than mine. Perhaps next time you'll be a little human boy and I'll be your dog or something. We'll see what life has, or at least the afterlife has in store for us, won't we?
And what does the Black Gate look like for Horace?
I see it say the Black Gate looks like an untouched rainforest.
And who is at the edge of the rainforest waiting for you?
I would say it's Boris when he was a cub.
Yeah, and he sort of peeks out of the tall grass and stands up on his hind legs and sort of swats the air in front of him and starts charging towards you.
I embrace it, and I believe that's where the scene ends.
Okay. The bandits come up to Harrison. They say we have to get out of here. There's no supplies. We were tricked. God damn it. Duncan looks to the tower and says bitterly says, "We should go finish this once and for all." They'll look to you, Harrison.
And it's almost like I'm glossy-eyed. But I'm no, we must not be rash. We need to group up.
And they will follow you, Harrison.
I'm gonna go find the group.
Okay. And so where do you go looking?
Didn't they tell me they were going on the other side?
To the tower. Yeah, they were infiltrating the tower.
Yeah, so I'll just wrap around the other side to meet them.
Okay. So you'll start heading towards the tower. There's still a decent amount of Crimson Blades running around. They're basically trying to figure out what happened with the explosion. Some of them are like horses and stuff are going crazy. Like there's just a lot of chaos right now. So I think some of the bandits might pick some fights with some of the Crimson Blades as they move towards the tower, but you'll be able to move across the battlefield with some ease, I think, just because of all the chaos.
All right, yeah, I'll try to maneuver like within the foliage and stuff to keep us kind of hidden to get to where the other group is or the general vicinity.
Okay. And okay. So up in the tower, you guys charge through the door. You're at another landing with another. This time the you see the spiral staircase across the room. It's a rather large room. It looks like it's set up to be some sort of war room, and as you bust in, you can see the one guard, or the cleric guard, and you see Argoth, and he's sitting at the table, looking quite amused at the whole spectacle. And as you guys come in, he says, "What in the gods' names do you think that was out there? Sounded like an explosion, just like the type we used to pull off. Isn't that right, Tyrion?"
Sorry, I was having trouble getting off of mute.
Oh.
Because I have to mute myself because the Mac, for some reason, my work Mac does not have the ability to do push to talk, so I'm actually muted.
Oh, right.
Yeah. As it was quite the loud sound. I do wonder how it happened. Definitely more along the lines of our former destruction. Shall we go take a look together?
And he says, "My men should be rounding up the bandits here momentarily." He says, "That damned Krauser is such a failure, such a fool. They all are." And
Yes, you always seem to jump to conclusions that end up being wrong for you. I remember the last time we met how you assumed that you had me and I was being imprisoned and you had broken this person, and how did that work out again?
I will not make the same mistake again. And
No, you'll make a different one this time.
yeah, what are you guys gonna do?
Charge.
Okay. So as soon as you begin to move, he's going to draw his blade with lightning quick speed. Now his blade immediately catches fire. So how are you going to deal with the fire from the blade?
I'm probably just gonna barrel right into him.
Okay.
And take the hit.
Okay. So just give me a defy danger with strength, I think, or I think it's strength, right? Or constitution, whichever one is the endure one. Or what is the strength one? It's something specific.
Strength is powering through.
Yeah, I'll do the powering through one.
And I got a +1 to that because I took one forward.
Yeah,
strength.
okay.
So that's a 10.
All right, cool. So yeah, so you'll charge. You'll hit him with great force. He will. He'll go.
Well, I like to think
Yeah.
because he was sitting at the table, as I'm charging, I kind of dip my head and like throw the table up in front of me as I'm hitting him.
All right, yeah. What are Tyrion and Rook doing?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Oh, sweet. I'm going to like side roll out of the way.
Okay.
That threat already over. Was that a one shot?
Well, I'm just trying to get an idea of like what you're gonna do in the scene, so I can figure out what's gonna happen.
Defense. Is there fire coming towards me?
No, he just when he drew his blade, it's very dangerous. Like the heat from it's very dangerous. So so Aziz just needed to, in order to avoid that damage, he just needed to roll defy danger. He's charged at Argoth, and it's fucking his day up.
Okay, I'm gonna shoot it. I'm gonna shoot my ragged bow again at him.
Okay. And then Tyrion, what are you planning to do?
I'm going to cast a magic weapon on my staff, and I'm going to, because I'm assuming that Stefan is not going to stay out of the fray, but he's going to engage as well.
You don't see Stefan.
Oh, okay. Then I'm going to also move in on Argoth with my magic. I'm going to do magic weapon, and then I'm going to move into the fray as well.
Okay. Is that cast a spell?
Yes.
Okay.
And I don't see the guy who had the amulet, or do I?
Yeah, you'll see him. He jumped out of the way when the rhino started charging.
Then maybe I'll cast magic weapon and move to engage him instead, because since I know he's probably a spellcaster, right?
Okay.
I sense he's probably a cleric.
Yeah, definitely.
And I will, of course, actually, you know, I'm going to cast magic weapon, and I will also lose that spell. I'm just losing spells left and right, so
Okay.
it's gone. So basically, the only spells I have left right now are Cure Light Wounds and Speak with Dead until we rest.
Okay. Okay.
But I have a magic weapon now.
Yes. When your weapon takes on this magic, what does it look like?
So it begins glowing gold, and the end of the staff now looks like it has a hammer head to it. So it looks like my staff is now topped with a golden hammer.
Okay.
Bang bang Janrik's golden hammer.
So you'll move towards him. So does the charge move? Does that do any damage, like any specific damage, or does it do like anything specific?
I think it just does regular damage.
Okay, go ahead and roll your damage. Okay.
At least it's not a 1.
Yeah. So you'll flip the table over at him, and it'll like push him back across the room as he goes flying back, and the table sort of goes to fly back to sandwich him against the wall. You're gonna see this bright light as his blade cuts through the table, and then he's going to spring right back at you, Aziz. Rook, you were knocking an arrow to fire, right?
I was. Can you still hear me?
So as you go to fire your arrow, your you realize that you have I'm trying to figure out what to do. I think as you go to fire your arrow, the I think the string I think your bow is going to your string is going to snap on your bow.
We are having a rough go.
And your arrow falls uselessly to the ground.
No, we need Harrison. That's what we need. Hurry up and get here,
Harrison. So that's gonna happen. Tyrion, the cleric, is maneuvering, and you can see he's whipped out a cudgel, and he's ready to face you. He's going to start chanting, and he's going to start chanting, and what do you do?
I'm sorry. Were you speaking to me?
Oh no, sorry, talking to Tyrion.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, say that again. I thought you were talking to someone else.
Oh, sorry. So the cleric has pulled out a cudgel and it will advance on you with and he's sort of chanting as he does.
All right. Well, I'm gonna whack him in the head and make him stop chanting.
Okay. Go ahead and whack him. Go ahead and roll hack and slash.
I think I will. God damn it!
This is unreal. Like, oh my god.
That's like the 4th XP I have gained tonight. On failing.
You're preaching to the choir.
Oh, I know. You've gained at least as many. It's like we're all going.
Yeah, I mean, I leveled up. Like, it's ridiculous.
If I hadn't just gained a level last time, I would gain one tonight.
Yeah, right.
We're all going to die because we are rolling badly, and that's how this campaign ended. All right, so I guess I get on a 7 to 9, you deal damage to the enemy, and the enemy makes an attack against you. But no 6, so complications.
So 6 just means I get to make a move. I'm looking at my list of moves at the moment.
You got to.
So I think
you gotta make a move.
Yeah. Okay. So I think when you go to swing your hammer at him, it like whatever amulet he's wearing repels the hammer and makes him untouchable to your magic hammer. Now that's just him, not the other big baddie in the room. But he seems to have some kind of warding against your god. Aziz, what are you doing? As Argoth is flying across the room, and he's kind of laughing, having a good time, and he says, I could really use a new drinking cup. Give me that horn.
I'm gonna give him the horn. I still got +1 on strength, so that is a 10.
Okay. So you deal your damage and avoid their attack. So you give him the horn.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, you smack him. You hit his armor. He's going to like the blow is going to have him like sort of stumble back a little bit. He's going to catch himself, and he's going to maneuver again. He's maybe after yeah, so he's sort of just maneuvering around the room at this point, and trying to figure out like what his next angle of attack is on the on the goddamn rhino. So oh, maybe when you hit him, maybe he slides back towards Rook, and I think he'll sort of sweep his sword in the air like a flaming dervish, and I think he'll try to lash out at Rook as he gets cast across the room. And I think so. He think he's gonna try to like fight Rook on his way to Aziz again. Rook, how will you avoid his flaming dervish, his flaming wheel of spinning death?
Can you...
I cannot, unfortunately. All right, so yeah, so you jump back, and you're able to sort of move out of the way. Let's check back in. So Harrison, you're heading towards the tower, right? And what do you intend to do? Do you intend to climb the tower to go up the tower, or do you intend to do something from outside the tower?
Since I don't see anybody outside or anybody even near outside, and I can see that there's obviously like a charged in door, I suppose.
Yeah, and a bunch of dudes like laying down.
Yeah, I think my inclination is to go in.
Yeah, they all look like they've been trampled to death. As you climb into the tower, as you climb up the tower, you're confronted with a wind tunnel in a corridor, essentially.
A wind tunnel?
Yes, it seems to be ejecting things out of the castle. Towards at the other end of the hallway, though, it is there's like a staircase.
Can I go up that staircase?
Yes, but you'll have to deal with in order to avoid getting blown out of the castle, you have to deal with the wind tunnel.
Boy, oh boy, I am not dang near enduring enough for that. Is there like another way I can like climb up? Avoiding the wind tunnel like outside.
Give me a discern realities.
Don't make me roll. Don't do this to me.
Gotta get that level somehow.
Yeah, right. Oh, look at that. 3 questions.
Woo!
I guess what here is useful or valuable to me?
So, so you think if you you're looking around, there are these barracks, or there are these rooms that are kind of open. You think you could probably get to one like fairly easily, like just kind of like because I think he was some of the way in the hallway before he unleashed the force of wind. So peeking into one of the rooms, you're going to see that it's a bedroom of some sort, meaning that it has a bed with lots of blankets on it. Conversely, there's also if you have an adventurer's pack, there's probably a rope in there.
Okay, yeah, I can use that then.
Okay. Did you want to ask any more questions, or did you want to hold on to it for a minute?
I don't know. I feel like the rest I kind of already know.
Okay.
Yeah. I guess I'll just leave it kind of at that. I just really needed a way to figure out how to get up there.
Okay. So fashioning the rope either in the wind tunnel or or along the side of the tower, perhaps. If someone can climb up to like mount it somewhere, it's up to you which way you want to go, though.
Yeah, and if I can, I'll try to have like Duncan aid me.
Okay. So, all right. So you guys will begin going up. Did you, like I said, did you want to go through the wind tunnel, or did you want to go through the go like up the side of the tower?
Up the side.
Okay. So you guys will get the rope ready and get ready to tie that off. Back upstairs in the tower, Zarthus is now charging. So after the whirling dervish attack, Zarthus will charge Argoth as well, and start fighting with him. What are the rest of you doing?
I'm continuing my attack, hoping to give an opening to Rook and his poisoned dagger.
Okay.
And I'm gonna pivot away, and I'm gonna whack Argoth with the magic hammer as well.
Okay. So everybody is sort of descending on Argoth. Okay. So you're all coordinating your your moves. Did you want to?
Actually, I have a question. I want to, within game rules, if something is feasible.
Okay. What's that?
Could I grapple the priest, thus not using my magic weapon, and try and push him backward into Argoth's flaming sword? Or would that be too complicated?
Yeah, I
Beat the
think
big one with the little one.
I think that could be summed up with a hack and slash. Yeah.
It's like, fine, my magic weapon can't touch you. I'll just grab you with my hands and make his magic touch you.
Okay.
That feels kind of Tyrion.
Did you see the Rooks in the chat?
Yes, I saw that. So what's how is Aziz gonna help him do that?
Oh, I'm basically I'm making myself the target, and I'm just charging right at him.
Okay. Did you want to defend, perhaps?
Yes.
I finally got a partial success.
Very nice. So you're able to sort of wheel him around to throw him at his at Dude's blade, and then as you do that, I think you guys are gonna tussle for a second, and basically you're gonna sort of exchange blows as you try to figure out how to grapple him.
So he gets a whack on me with his cudgel, right?
Yeah, he gets a whack on you, and then like, you very shortly after that sort of like as he gets the whack, maybe you like grab his arm and then like give him like a machine, like a, I was gonna say machine,
like a bear hug him, and like,
yeah, he's like, what the fuck, and then you're going to basically like throw him at Dude's blade. Go ahead and roll your damage, and then I'll roll for the blade.
what would my damage be for just hand to hand without a weapon?
Just the same damage as everything. That's the extra damage from the flame blade.
Son of a bitch.
So yeah, so he's going to get burned, and then let's see how this other thing resolves. So what did you roll for aid?
Oh, I did not roll yet, but here it goes.
Okay. Oh, very nice. So you can open up the attacker to an ally. Actually, I mean, you get a bunch of holds, so you get 3 holds. So you can do a bunch of stuff there if you like. But one of the things you can spend that on is giving the ally a +1 forward to the attacker, or against the attacker. In which case, Rook, if you wanted to take your shot, now would be the time.
And I'm going to give him a +1 forward.
Okay.
And deal damage to the attacker equal to my level.
All right, so +1 gets you to a 7, and oh, and you're in. Oh, nice. How much damage is that, by the way?
Mine is 5.
Okay. All right.
Was that the poisoned dagger, Rook?
That is a good question. We await a response. While we do that, Harrison, you're scaling the building. There's a window up high on the tower. Oh, okay, good, Rook. So there's a window high up on the tower, and when Duncan scales the tower, he ties the rope off in the window. Do you follow?
Yes.
Okay. As you reach the window, you prop yourself up in it. You can see that this is a fairly lavish bedroom, and manacled to the bedpost of a grand bed is Milton's daughter. She
Duncan, I'm too weak. Thing.
To do what?
Do the thing.
Oh yeah, and he says he nods and he takes out his blade and she screams, and then he cuts he cuts the manacle in half, and he breaks the chains, and as he does, she says, Harrison, is that you?
It is. We need to get you out of here. But first, hide under the bed. I'm gonna go help out my. Do I hear like combat?
You definitely hear some. There's a rhino probably in the level down, so you probably hear some thumping.
Alright, yeah, I'm gonna tell her just to keep in the room and keep hidden. Duncan, you can either stay with her or you can come with me.
And Duncan Duncan will stay with her to protect her. And
Alright, I'm going down.
And she says before she leaves, she says I'd kind of hoped, fantasized really, that Harold would come and save me.
The world's smallest violin. You're not people we've lost today. Oh, run away crying.
He's so manly.
Hands.
He's so heroic. So dashing. So yes.
So dead.
So you'll run down the corridor. So yes.
Too soon.
Always. So Rook, with the poison dagger. So what's gonna happen is you'll hit him. He will because he gets to also do, you get to expose yourself to attack. So he's going to turn towards you, Rook, and he's basically like gonna grab your throat. Very since you said Arya Stark, let's do this. So he's gonna grab your throat. He's gonna do some damage to you. So he's gonna do 7 damage. As he grips your throat and he's like crushing your windpipes. And then you deliver this 2 damage into his in between the folds of his armor. And as you do, you see him kind of like laugh as he's like crushing your throat, and then slowly the color begins to drain from his face, and his entire body begins to turn black. His eyes start to bleed, and his laughing increases, and he just keeps crushing you, and he's like laughing hysterically, and then finally he just like stiffens and like rigor mortis is right then and there. Harrison, as you break into the room, you can see that there's this. You see the scene before you. You see the rhino. You see Rook in the grasp of a rigor mortis Argoth, and you see this cleric sort of moving across the floor, and it looks like he's got his cudgel and like he's about to take out or take a pot shot on Tyrion.
All right, I'm magic missile him.
Okay.
Unwelcome attention. Let me finish this. Five damage.
Okay. And so you blast him as he's about to attack him, and then the room fills with light, and he slumps to the floor dead.
Yes.
Argoth is dead.
Yes.
Scoop up that flaming sword. Is there anybody else left living in this room?
Not
like any guards or anything?
Not in this room, no.
Milton's daughter is upstairs with Duncan in a bedroom, and I don't know how long I trust that for.
Zarthus says, "I'll run him through with my blade," and then he dashes upstairs.
I hope you don't mean to pee-pee, and then I run after.
Does the flaming sword stay flaming, or does it go out once he dies?
It seems to deactivate when he dies.
All right.
Not saying that it can't be activated again, but
yeah. I'll pick it up and look at it. I was gonna hopefully wave it around and threaten people with the flaming sword.
Okay.
Does it look? I'm gonna just give it a quick glance and see if I can figure out how to activate it.
This would probably be more in Harrison's field.
Okay. But Harrison already ran out of the room.
Yeah.
I'll just hang on to it for the moment then.
Yeah. So we can sort of do a broad overview of what's going to happen next. What will be the next move for everybody?
Well, when you look up from the sword, I'm already back in halfling form with my knife, going what?
Oh, what did you? Oh,
going what part do you want? Like ready to cut whatever out of him.
Oh, as far as a trophy.
I think we should cut his head off to carry around with us, because I think that will be good to intimidate anyone we might meet.
Yeah, I'm already like a quarter way through by the time he finishes the sentence.
Okay.
I feel we'll need the head for the ritual as well, to bring Harold back. That feels right. I also want to snag the holy symbol from the guy that was defying me, and I want to see if I can figure out whose holy symbol that is.
Yeah, spout lore.
Spout Got me some lore. Oh, holy shit!
Very
I
nice.
succeeded.
So so you're going to recognize this this holy symbol is not something very holy at all. So there's the pantheon that you subscribe to that is yours. This appears to be of a there is one god that is not allowed to be worshipped in any shrine, and this is that god. What's a good name for a dicey god?
Freaking Snarlaxle.
Snarlaxle. Yeah. So this is the sigil of Snarlaxle, and this is a god that is not worshipped in any shrines. This is people make dark pacts with this god. This is something different. However, not completely unfamiliar. If you have met, what's his name? Malachi. He also wore one of these. All right, and I guess we'll call it there and wrap up the conclusion
I'll
of this
share
next
that
time.
with the group, of course.
Okay. I guess we'll wrap this up and conclude next time. So that was an epic episode of Dungeon World in which there were many surprises and many sixes rolled. And let's see.
Who we rate?
Level 1 Geek is playing. Let's raid them. Yeah. So thank you for tuning into the Action Sturge. We do this every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Next week we'll have our dungeon crawler. This weekend, hopefully, fingers crossed, I'll be able to join the Plaster Dragon in some Mutants and Masterminds at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you enjoyed the game here today, check us out on our YouTube, which is linked in the in our about on Twitch, and is also linked in the chat. There it is, and you can use and don't forget to use our code theactionsturge at dndwow.com, and check us out here every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you so much to the players. Plaster Dragon, did you want to rep anything?
Twitch.tv/theplasterdragon. Maddie shouted me out earlier. We're a charity stream for Extra Life. We do all sorts of stuff: D&D, video games, different role-playing games like Mutants and Masterminds, Star Wars, Doctor Who. Just another fun place to come hang out. If I'm not hanging out there, I'm hanging out here. This is my home away from home, so just more chill people to hang and have fun with.
And
thanks for having me, as always.
Yeah, we love having you. We love having more Cake as well. Thank you so much for for playing and enduring yet another tragic death. Let's go ahead and raid level 1 Geek. All right, cool. That has begun, and let's go say hey to them. Grab some points for next week's dungeon crawl. Thank you very much, everybody. Have a good night.